What do you get out of making people feel worthless? Does it make you feel strong? Like you're all high and mighty? Well, it doesn't at all. It makes you stupid.
Stand up for yourself. That's hard to do if you don't know who you are. We were expected to define ourselves at such an early age. And if we didn't do it, others did it for us. Geek, fatty, slut, fag.
It doesn't feel great to feel weak.
See, they asked me what I wanted to be, then told me what not to be. And I wasn't the only one. We were being told that we somehow must become what we are not, sacrificing what we are to inherit the masquerade of what we will be. I was being told to accept the identity that others will give me. When I was 19, I wrote, "I will love myself despite the ease with which I lean toward the opposite." Standing up for yourself doesn't have to mean embracing violence. Surrounded by people who used to say that rhyme about sticks and stones. As if broken bones hurt more than the names we got called, and we got called them all. So we grew up believing no one would ever fall in love with us, that we'd be lonely forever, that we'd never meet someone to make us feel like the sun was something they built for us in their tool shed. So broken heartstrings bled the blues, we tried to empty ourselves so we'd feel nothing. Don't tell me that hurts less than a broken bone. That an ingrown life is something surgeons can cut away, that there's no way for it to metastasize, it does. She was 8 years old, our first day of grade 3 when she got called ugly.
You don't like it anyway because you don't like yourself.
Despite a loving husband, she doesn't think she's beautiful because of a birthmark that takes up less than half her face. Kids used to say she looks like a wrong answer that someone tried to erase but couldn't quite get the job done. And they'll never understand that she's raising 2 kids whose definition of beauty begins with the word mom. Because they see her heart before they see her skin, because she's never always been amazing. Started therapy in 8th grade, had a personality made up of tests and pills, lived like the uphills were mountains and the downhills were cliffs, 4/5 suicidal, a tidal wave of antidepressants, and an adolescent being called Popper. 1 part because of the pills, 99 parts because of the cruelty. He tried to kill himself in grade 10. When a kid who could still go home to mom and dad had the audacity to tell him, "Get over it."
Failing 4 classes, okay?
As if depression is something that can be remedied by any of the contents found in a first aid kit. Sometimes being drug-free has less to do with addiction and more to do with sanity. We weren't the only kids who grew up this way. To this day, kids are still being called names. The classics were, "Hey, stupid. Hey, spaz." And if you can't see anything beautiful about yourself, get a better mirror. Look a little closer, stare a little longer. Because there's something inside you that made you keep trying despite everyone who told you to quit. You built a cast around your broken heart and signed it yourself. You decided they were wrong.
I'm gonna start doing.
You have to believe that they were wrong.
And if there's no hope for you, then why hope is it for me?
They have to be wrong. Why else would we still be here? We grew up learning to cheer on the underdog because we see ourselves. We stem from a root planted in the belief that we are not what we were called. We are not abandoned cars stalled out and sitting empty on some highway. And if in some way we are, don't worry, we only got out to walk and get gas. We are graduating members from the class of we made it. Not the faded echoes of voices crying out names will never hurt. They did. But our lives will only ever always continue to be a balancing act that has less to do with pain and more to do with beauty.